Most hate opinions. Back with some more of this industry politics. We on the 6ix9ine documentary, Making a Villain, the Making a 6ix9ine. This clip is DJ Punch talking about Shotti and his reputation.
Hey, Shotti, y'all bring up the big dog, man. If y'all see him around, y'all already know what time it is.
Just right there. He's like, that's Shotti right there. Big up the big dog. If y'all see him, y'all already know what it is. Alright, when niggas gotta be careful about like what they say, cause they think that nobody's paying attention and nobody's listening. When you say shit like, "Oh, that's Shotti the big dog," you put in status on him. You put status on him when you say, "Yo, that's Shotti the big dog." And then when you say shit like, "Oh, when you see him, you already know what it is," you putting a reputation on him. So before anybody even meets Shotti, just off of what you said, they're gonna know that he has some kind of say so because he's the big dog, and he's somehow prone to violence. Cause you saying when you see him, you already know what it is. So you already set the table for who Shotti is before Shotti even opened his mouth. Notice Shotti ain't say shit yet. But just those two things, he's the big dog and you already know what it is. When you see him, already sets the table for how somebody else would have to interact with him when they see him.
Yeah, that's Shotti? Yeah, that's Shotti. I'm just like, okay, why Shotti here? Like, oh, Shotti's down with the team. I'm just like, oh shit, because everybody knows Shotti. Shotti is Shotti.
First of all,
He couldn't even explain what he was without getting federal. He said, "Oh, that's Shotti?" He's like, "Yeah, why Shotti here?" He started stammering, started stuttering. Why Shotti here? Oh, Shotti with the team. Oh, Shotti, yeah, for me, he down with Treyway, woo woo. Oh, okay, because everybody know about Shotti. Shotti. You use the nigga name to describe the nigga ways. That in itself tells you that there was some sort of fear. There was a certain level of fear that Punch had when it came to Shotti.
I want to say to all my haters that, I really appreciate y'all. Because,
Shotti's name was ringing throughout Brooklyn. It's the streets, man. You start to hear these Marvel DC-like stories, man.
He said Shotti name was ringing through Brooklyn. You start to hear these Marvel DC type stories. This nigga's talking about comic books. He's basically saying Shotti was doing shit that you only see in comic books. He was doing shit that you only see in comic books. That was the way that Punch explained it.
That's the big dog, man. People know Shotti.
Second time they said big dog. So I say you gotta be careful. Because they will put status on you real quick. Like people just talking out of fear or out of respect, they'll put status on you and they'll help build your reputation for you without you even saying a word.
Shotti was an older gentleman, mid-30s at the time, that had that name on the streets. So think of Shotti as somebody like a Derek Jeter, You don't have to be a Yankee fan to know who Derek Jeter is, because every time you talk about the Yankees, everybody would talk about Derek Jeter because he was a star on the team.
Nigga compared Shotti to Derek Jeter just off the fact that you know who he was. That you don't have to follow the sport to know who he is. People that never watch baseball a day in their life know Derek Jeter. And he equates that to people that never been to Brooklyn a day in their life know about Shotti. Like, that's crazy if you think about that shit. The amount of work you had to put in or the amount of shit you had to do for niggas that's not in the street life to have heard about you is crazy. And that don't help you when you fucking fast forward and you fighting cases. When you fast forward and you fighting cases and these lawyers get to digging up past shit, they start digging up shit like this. Where you got people talking about how you get down, talking about what say-so you got. That don't help with no cases that you end up fighting. Because all they gonna do is bring that shit up. Oh, he was fed. He was fed. He was respected. His name was known around the streets of Brooklyn. Like, that shit ain't helping you get no shorter sentences. But I don't think nigga like Shotti is in it for shorter sentences. He's either gonna not get caught or get caught and hold it down. With Shotti, you could tell it's only those two options that he explores. He only explores those two options. I'm either gonna not get caught, or if I do get caught, I'm gonna hold it down. I'm not fighting for no plea. I'm not trying to get no lesser time. I got caught. All right, what we doing? It sounded like that type of time was what Shotti was on. But we gonna leave that shit right there. Most hated opinions about this video.